In a surprising turn of events, the man convicted of murdering Dallas rapper Mo3 stood before the court and issued a public apology, offering a detailed explanation of what led to the deadly shooting. Quan Dontrell White, the man found guilty of tracking and fatally shooting Mo3 on Interstate 35 in broad daylight back in November 2020, addressed the courtroom during his sentencing hearing. With friends, family, and Mo3's supporters present, White spoke calmly but emotionally, saying, "I never planned for things to go that far. I let anger and pride cloud my judgment. I apologize to Melvin's family. They didn't deserve to lose him like that." The judge allowed White a brief opportunity to speak after the sentencing phase concluded. During his statement, he explained that the altercation stemmed from what he described as ongoing tension, but stopped short of naming any co-conspirators or deeper affiliations. "It wasn't supposed to happen that way," he added. "I wish I could take it back." Prosecutors argued throughout the trial that the killing was targeted and premeditated. Surveillance footage and phone records showed that White had been following Mo3 prior to the ambush on the highway. The victim, whose real name was Melvin Noble, attempted to flee on foot but was ultimately gunned down in broad daylight, a crime that shocked the hip-hop world and the Dallas community. Mo3's family, in response to the apology, showed mixed emotions. His mother did not speak directly to the defendant, but later told reporters, "No apology can bring my son back, but maybe now people understand the pain we've been living with every day." The court sentenced White to life in prison without the possibility of parole. A second suspect, Devin Brown, also known as Devin Maurice Brown, was previously indicted in connection with the murder and faces his own charges in the case. Mo3's death was a major loss to the Dallas music scene. Known for blending rap and gospel melodies, his influence continues to resonate. His estate has since released posthumous music and tributes, with fans and collaborators honoring his legacy. As the legal chapter closes, Mo3's supporters hope this moment brings a small measure of peace, though the pain of the loss still runs deep. The man charged with Mo3's murder just went on camera, and what he said has the entire internet talking. From the streets to social media, everybody's locked in, because his words didn't just make noise, they might change everything we thought we knew about Mo3's death. That came straight from Quan Dontrell White, the man accused of chasing Mo3 down a busy Dallas freeway and gunning him down in broad daylight. But now, in a move nobody saw coming, he's switching up the story, flipping the narrative, and claiming he's not the one who pulled the trigger. And just like that, the entire case got a whole lot messier. The twist is wild, the timing couldn't be more intense, and what he just said on camera might flip the entire Mo3 murder case upside down. It's the kind of statement that stops people mid-scroll, because if he's telling the truth, everything we thought we knew about that tragic day could be dead wrong. Mo3's killer just revealed shocking details. For the past few days, the street's been buzzing about Mo3's death and Yella Beezy's arrest for allegedly setting up the hit. That's what everybody's been talking about. But what most folks don't know or barely mention is the man accused of actually pulling the trigger, Quan Dontrell White. White was the first to be charged in Mo3's murder, but while waiting on trial, he ended up getting a 9-year sentence in a federal gun case. And just when you'd think he'd stay quiet behind bars, he shows up in a jailhouse interview and drops a bombshell that got everybody talking all over again. That line hit different. He said it calm, no hesitation, no doubt. He made it clear, he ain't the one who did it, they got the wrong man. Now folks started wondering, was he set up? Was it a case of mistaken identity? But White didn't stop there, he doubled down.
I think you the person that killed Mo3, man. They think you did it.
He didn't hold back. He broke down the whole case on camera. Then the internet did what it always does. One person left a comment that summed it all up. Imagine being this man's attorney and he's doing interviews from his jail cell for a podcast. But let's not forget, this man didn't just end up in prison by accident. The feds came down on him hard. Quan Dontrell White was sentenced to 105 months in federal prison, just under 9 years, but not for Mo3's murder. That sentence was for being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm. The news came directly from U.S. Attorney Chad E. Meacham of the Northern District of Texas. White had pleaded guilty back in May to carrying a 9mm semi-automatic pistol. And this wasn't some setup. The cops literally found the gun in his pants pocket. Here's how it all went down. On August 16th, 2020, officers spotted White riding a dirt bike down West Pleasant Run Road in Lancaster, Texas. He broke a traffic rule, so they lit him up sirens, lights, everything told him to stop. But White didn't stop. He hit the gas and took off. Cops chased him down. He crashed the bike, then tried to run. They caught him shortly after, and that's when they found the gun. So now, White is doing time for that federal charge, while the murder case for Mo3 is still hanging over his head. But again, this ain't someone who just happened to end up in prison. The feds hit him with a real case. On one hand, you've got Kuwan White speaking from behind bars, swearing up and down he didn't kill Mo3. On the other hand, Yella Beezy, dead silent. Let's rewind. Beezy, real name Marquise DeAndre Conway, got arrested on March 20th, 2025. Surveillance caught him in cuffs, walking like he's done this before. No blinking, no emotion, calm as ever while police escorted him through the station. When that footage hit the internet, it went viral. Everybody was waiting on Beezy to say something. Instead, his lawyer, Toby Shook, gave TMZ a statement that sounded like straight-up PR. After he secured bond, he feels relieved to be released. That's all. No mention of Mo3, no denial, just relieved. But here's what really set the internet on fire. Beezy wasn't just some guy with an open case. He had already been indicted by a Dallas County grand jury just 2 days before the arrest on March 18th. The charge? Capital murder for remuneration. That's legal talk for saying the state believes Beezy paid to have Mo3 killed. Not a fight, not a heat-of-the-moment move. A planned hit. Then came the bond hearing. The state slapped him with a $2 million bond. Heavy. His legal team said he couldn't afford it. That's when his family stepped in. His grandmother, Alma Jean Alexander, took the mic and she came ready.
And he has houses in other states, correct?
I'm not aware of that.
Are you aware of him paying and helping to support other individuals in the family and also extended family and friends?
I'm not into his business like that.
She didn't flinch. They pressed her even harder, trying to find out if B was just holding back on the money if he really couldn't pay or just wouldn't.
You agree with me that your grandson is substantially well off, correct?
He might used to be, but if he could make a $2 million bond, he'd be out.
Would you agree with me, though, that there's a difference between can, want to, and choosing not to?
I'm aware of all of those things, but I know he don't want to be in here, so I know if he could afford it, he'd be out.
That line made people stop and think it even got the court's attention. But the prosecutors weren't buying the whole broke story. They came with receipts, literally.
These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to.
That came straight from prosecutor Tommy Adams. He told the court a witness was ready to testify that Beezy helped pay for the murder, that the $4,000 wasn't some random withdrawal, but part of the setup. Beezy's defense team clapped back fast. They said the state didn't have anything solid, no texts, no Instagram DMs, no bank slips proving any kind of payout, just one person claiming they overheard something. You've heard no information of a text message, any communication on a social media platform that our client paid for this murder, any kind of remuneration, just this individual who stepped forward and said he overheard this conversation, the defense argued. Even with all the back and forth, the judge made a move that caught everyone off guard. Judge Gracie Lewis dropped Beezy's bond to $750,000. But she didn't do it quietly. She called Beezy out for how he filled out his financial disclosure, saying he didn't take it seriously. The financial report that the defendant was required to file, he didn't seem to take that very seriously at all, she said. And that's what I'm worried about, whether or not he's taking seriously the charges against him. Then, Judge Lewis issued a clear warning. No threats, no games, no funny business.
You are to have no contact, direct or indirect, no threatening or harassment of any victim, witness, co-defendant. If it's you or anybody on your behalf, there's going to be a problem. Do you understand that?
So yeah, Bai walked out on bond, but that courtroom moment wasn't really about freedom. It was a warning shot and a loud one. Online, people broke it down quick. He a rapper? $40,000 could be for anything, some said. Others pointed out the case seemed to lean heavily on a snitch, who may or may not even be the shooter. Then came the reactions to the bond itself, dropping from $2 million to $750,000 in just about a week. That was wild. People weren't shocked he got out. They were impressed with how fast it happened. This man ain't worried at all, and he definitely ain't broke, one person posted. He's really from the cliff. Because if you're riding in a bulletproof truck, got six-figure bank accounts, and can pull $140,000 at any moment. Claiming you can't post bond feels fake to a lot of folks. He better get out the country. Some even joked. Then the internet did what it always does, started comparing. Side-by-side takes started popping up. Tory couldn't get bond for a case where nobody died. Wild. He gets bond, but he doesn't? Ain't adding up. People weren't just watching, they were weighing it. Some saw privilege, others saw power. But then came a courtroom detail that didn't get as much attention, but meant everything. The judge actually said one of the reasons she lowered B's bond was the lack of strong evidence so far. No solid paper trail, no digital links, just one shaky witness and a lot of questions. She made it clear, don't intimidate anyone connected to this case. That part flew under the radar, but it said a lot. Basically, the judge was saying, the state's case isn't locked in yet. That's why B walked. And then came the tweet that stopped everybody mid-scroll. Big U paid it for him. It might have been a joke, but it hit different because Big U's name always gets attention. He's known for helping rappers not just with music, but with legal problems too. He's been moving behind the scenes for years. If BA needed someone to quietly drop $750,000, Big U would definitely be on that shortlist. He respects street code, and BI is from Oak Cliff. If people are staying quiet to protect bigger names, then that bond money might not just be about freedom, it might be about silence. So now BI's out, still not saying much just like before. But Mo3, he's gone. Shot down on a freeway in broad daylight during traffic, and while Bay walked out of court, Mo3 never walked away from that chase. The murder of Mo3 and their beef. That bond drop was already shaking the table, but just hours later, College Kid posted something that flipped the whole mood. It wasn't breaking news, it wasn't a court update, it was old studio footage Mo3 and Yella Beezy, shoulder to shoulder. No tension, no threats. Just two Dallas rappers recording, laughing, and vibing like there was never any beef. That short clip made things even more confusing. If you only saw that moment, you'd think they were cool, maybe not best friends, but at least on a decent terms. No drama, no static. But then came the freeway footage. Mo3 is I-35. His car stopped in traffic. He jumps out running through lanes like he's trying to escape something deadly. A man follows close behind holding a gun. Seconds later, it's over. Mo3 is hit, killed, right there, middle of the freeway, broad daylight. People online still can't agree on why Mo3 stopped his car. Some said he heard shots, others claimed a tire got hit. Then one post brought it all together. Dude was already shooting at him, it said. The killers allegedly had multiple cars on the highway that day. Someone even claimed Mo3's tire was shot out. That didn't sound random. It sounded like a setup, like someone mapped it out step by step. Then came the phone data, and that's when things got real. The kind of evidence that doesn't lie. Phone records showed Beezy and Kuwan Dantrell White were in constant contact the day before the murder and the day it happened. Multiple calls, tower pings near Mo3's home, then again near the murder scene. Prosecutors didn't hold back. They said it plainly. This wasn't just beef, this was a hit. They believe Beezy called the shots, put up the money, and helped plan it. Between the phone calls, the cash, and the location tracking, it all pointed in one direction. But just as the picture started getting clearer, the narrative flipped again, this time around a woman. The Shade Room reported Mo3 had just left a woman's house that morning. He felt off like someone was watching, so he dipped. Even stopped at a gas station to check if the car behind him would back off. It didn't. Same car, same pressure. Mo3 got back on I-35 to shake it, and that's when it all went down. The chase, the crash, the run, then TMZ dropped more. According to TMZ TV, Mo3 was desperately trying to escape his alleged killers when he was fatally shot. After the crash, he got out and ran for his life. He was tragically shot in the back of the head. Police never confirmed who the woman was, but fans didn't wait. Theories exploded. Most believe she had ties to Beezy's circle. No proof, but no denials either. That silence? It gave people space to connect the dots themselves. Then Beezy finally broke his silence. He sat down with the lamp channel and kept it cool. No yelling, no emotion, just calm. Cold. Certain saint need to be addressed, certain saint don't, he said. Stop attaching me to all that, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. It sounded like a line he'd been waiting to drop, but instead of killing the rumors, it lit them up even more. People started digging deeper, especially now that Beezy was in jail, his face all over the blogs. And one question kept popping up. How did all this really start? Because this wasn't some overnight issue, it wasn't one diss track. This beef had history years behind it. Both Mo3 and Beezy repped Oak Cliff, same part of Dallas. And if you claim Oak Cliff, Cliff, you either earn your respect or get tested. There's no in between. Back in 2017, things started boiling. Comedian Roy Lee, who was tight with Mo3, began calling Beezy out, questioning his street credibility, his ties to Oak Cliff. Roy picked a side, and it wasn't Beezy's. From there, things got personal. Then came the shots. On September 25th, 2018, Roy Lee was shot in a North Dallas parking lot. He didn't die right away. He fought for weeks. But on October 13th, he passed doctors said a blood clot from the gunshot wound took him out. Then the very next day, October 14th, Beezy got hit. A drive-by. 8 bullets. It happened in Louisville. He survived. But come on, that timing didn't feel random. Mo3 didn't respond with bullets. He responded with bars. In 2019, he dropped multiple diss tracks. No subliminals, no soft shots, just straight up blame. On the track 219, which dropped on Roy Lee's birthday, Mo3 called Beezy out, blamed him directly for Roy Lee's death. Twitter caught it instantly. One post read, "The Mo3 and Yella Beezy feud turned deadly after Beezy ducked a fade from Roy Lee. Roy got killed?" That set off a chain of events. Even Reddit started piecing it together. One user wrote, "Ike that Mo3's head got big and he started talking crazy online, but I still don't know if that's what got him killed." This wasn't just music beef, it was pride, ego, real life, real loss. And once it started snowballing, nobody could stop it.
Why couldn't you ever acknowledge 3 before or after his death?
Like, what was the point?
B gave a little shrug, but then he took it further. He said Mo3 was jealous, claimed Mo3 was bitter about his success. That line hit hard. It changed the energy. Suddenly, it didn't feel like just music anymore. It felt personal. Like there was real hate bubbling underneath all those bars, interviews, and back and forths. And just when folks thought he was finally being real, B flipped the script again. Different interview. Whole new tone. He got asked straight up if he and Mo3 ever really had issues. This time, "We ain't never had no problem." No problem. Just like that, it flipped. First, Mo3 was bitter. Now, there was never any beef. One moment it's real tension, the next it's nothing at all. That back and forth had people confused, but it didn't stop there. Right when people thought Bay was gonna keep playing it cold and distant, he did something no one expected. He actually gave Mo3 his flowers. That was a big impact for him. Like, the whole city. A rare moment. Probably the only time Bay publicly said something positive about Mo3. No slick comments, no sneak disses, just facts. But Mo3 had moments caught on tape, too. After Bay got shot in 2018 3 times while driving, people were quick to ask how Mo3 felt about it. And his answer? No sugarcoating, no fake sympathy. Mo3 kept it raw.
We ain't never had no problem.
You never had no problem. Okay.
No fake love. No fake concern. Just that raw, unfiltered Mo3 energy, and he meant every word. Didn't blink, didn't hold back. Then came a different kind of clip. Mo3 sat down and finally addressed everything: the rumors, the blogs, the so-called drama. And what he said caught people off guard. He claimed none of it was real. Said the whole idea of a beef came from people who weren't even in the streets.
That was a big impact for him. Like, on the whole city.
But the music? That told a whole different story. All the diss tracks, the sneak shots, the lawsuits, the IG posts, the side comments and interviews, if that wasn't beef, it was damn close. And while folks online kept arguing about who hated who threw the first shot, who was real or fake, Beezy had his own situation unfolding. His rap sheet was growing, one charge after another, stacking arrests like they were mixtapes. Yellowy's previous legal issues that bond reduction was already making waves. But just hours later, College Kid posted something that completely shifted the vibe. It wasn't breaking news. It wasn't a legal update. It was old studio footage. Mo3 and Yella Beezy shoulder to shoulder. No tension, no threats. Just 2 Dallas rappers in the booth, laughing, recording like there was never any issue at all. That short clip threw people off. If you only saw that, you'd think they were cool, not best friends, but at least on neutral ground. No signs of beef, no bad blood. Then came the freeway video. Mo3 on E35, stuck in traffic. He jumps out the car, running through lanes like his life depends on it. A man chases behind him with a gun in hand. Seconds later, it's over. Mo3 is shot and killed right there in the middle of the highway in broad daylight. Online debates exploded. Why did he stop? Some said he heard shots. Others claimed a tire was hit. Then one post tied it all together. They said shots were already being fired and multiple cars were involved in the ambush. Someone even said they shot out Mo3's tire. That didn't sound random. It sounded organized. Like a setup planned down to the crash. Then came the hard data phone records. The kind of stuff that doesn't lie. They showed Beezy and Kuwan Dantrell White were in constant contact the day before the murder and the day of. Repeated calls. Cell tower pings near Mo3's house. Then again near the spot where he was killed. Prosecutors laid it out. This wasn't a rap beef. This was a hit. They claimed Beezy funded it, planned it, called the shots. The phone activity, the money trail, the locations, it all pointed to him.